Bien évidemment. Je suis pour personne, Benji. Donc, longtemps quand même absent.
Consecutivas, ¿no? Con tan solo un tanto, así que son los números y sobre todo la dinámica.
Para ambos equipos lo disfrutamos enseguida aquí en Movistar Liga. La jornada número 35 del campeonato se cierra con el duelo. ¿Qué Valdano? ¿Qué tal, Jorge?
¿Qué tal, José? Efectivamente hay dos tipos de precipicio
para alejar una amenaza, la del descenso, que parecía muy...
A la vez Gil Manzano, el colegiado, que dice que coloquen el balón en el centro, va...
Suena el silbato de Gil Manzano, arranca ya el partido. Balón profundo que persigue Ferland Mendy, que parece que va a llegar, la pone Mendy, envío tenso, ha tocado Roberto Lucas atrás, quien le puede pegar es Modric.
Se pisan las áreas con mucha frecuencia en estos primeros.
Alongside me for this 7:30 kickoff is Mark Brown. Mark, how do you assess the difficulty of this fixture for Barca?
It's a possible. This is a tough team to break down, Tim. If you look how many goals they've conceded this season, only 39 goals, considerably fewer than the teams around them. The other side of the coin, though, is they don't get many. So we're expecting a game where Barcelona have control of possession. We're going to have a high possession rate for Football Club Barcelona. You look at the team selection, which is coming up shortly. It's chosen a team, a nimble team. We're looking to pass the way round Valladolid. I see a very tough team to break down today in Valladolid.
Well, here is the 11. There are 6 changes from the side that played at Valencia on Tuesday. Masip is in goal. The back four is Raúl García, Javi Sánchez, Kiko Oliva and Javi Moyano. In midfield, Quique Pérez, Rubén Alcaraz, Joaquín Fernández, Fede San Emeterio and Oscar Plano. And up front for the hosts, it is Sergi Guardiola. Well, Oscar Plano has returned from suspension. Sergio González selects Moyano and Raúl García as the fullbacks, and former Real centre-back Javi Sanchez starts. Here is Quique Setien's 11. Ter Stegen in goal, Semedo, Piqué, Lenglet and Alba in defence. A start for Riqui Puig with Sergi Busquets and Sergi Roberto. So it's Vidal with Messi and Griezmann in attack, and that means Rakitic and Suarez are dropped to the bench. Those are the two changes from Setien, recalling Puig and Vidal to the 11. And Setien has only 7 players on his bench tonight. 2 of those are goalkeepers. Well, Leo Messi shone when these teams met at Camp Nou in October. He scored 2 gorgeous goals and gave 2 beautiful assists as Barcelona crushed the Pucela 5-1. Lenglet, Vidal and Suarez were also on target for Ernesto Valverde's team. Kiko Olivas scored for Valladolid. This is Valladolid's penultimate home game, Barcelona's penultimate away game. The hosts are 7 points clear of the relegation zone. If they win tonight, they are mathematically safe. Barcelona's chances of winning the title are slim, to say the least, but they must pick up 3 points here if they are to keep their faint hopes alive. This is Real Valladolid against Barcelona, live on Facebook Watch with me, Tim Lee, alongside Mark Brown.
Yeah, you've summed it up very well indeed there, Tim. It is a must-win. And very, very interesting, this starting 11 for Barcelona, isn't it? The big question for me is who plays the Suarez role? I think you're looking at those front 3, if we include Riqui Puig in that. We're assuming it's going to be a midfield diamond with Puig just in behind Griezmann and Messi. But you're looking there at 3 very similar players. There's no profile that stands out like Suarez, who's an obvious number 9. These are almost 3 number 10s. I think Setien is looking to break a resolute Valladolid defence down with nimble passing, quick passing on the ball, running off the ball, trying to find the space in behind. Perhaps Messi or Griezmann as a false 9, dropping deep to link with Riqui Puig. We'll see how that develops as the game goes on, but that's the game plan for Setien. But I repeat, this side is very, very difficult to beat.
Well, it's a warm evening in Valladolid. Temperatures around 30 degrees Celsius, 86 Fahrenheit. And we've already, in the opening minutes, seen some electric touches from Leo Messi. And there, Riqui Puig winning possession back for Barcelona. Sergi Roberto continuing in the midfield for Barcelona. Well, this is Jordi Alba. And you can see Sergi Roberto there, playing in a very deep position. And Messi now. Crossfield pass to Alba. His header cut out there by Fede San Emeterio. And a foul by Riqui Puig.
2.5 minutes gone, Tim. You can already see the pattern of the game developing, can't you? Valladolid in no hurry to get on the ball, just soaking up the pressure from Football Club Barcelona. But we're picking up there. Leo Messi's already gone right. He's gone deep. Griezmann's gone left. There was no one in the middle when we were looking at first attack from Football Club Barcelona. It's freedom across the 3 up front. And it's going to be interesting to see just who fills in that hole in the middle.
Well, my immediate question, there were various discussions about how Barca would line up, is whether it's a 5-3-2 here, with Sergi Roberto playing with Piqué and Lenglet in a back 3, then Alba with Semedo as wing-backs. And here is Sergi Roberto. And you'd have to say, Mark, on the early evidence, it may well be that. We'll see how it evolves.
Yeah, Sergi Roberto's a bit more advanced there, isn't he?
Good challenge from Javi Sanchez. the former Real Madrid defender. Well, Sergio Gonzalez's team have lost just twice since La Liga resumed. As for Barcelona, well, they may be 9 games undefeated, but since lockdown they've gone from 2 points clear at the top of the table to 4 points off Real Madrid, and they really have struggled away from Camp Nou all season long. They've failed to win 10 of 17 away games, and they've not won back-to-back away from home under Setien. They could achieve that this evening after that excellent performance at Villarreal last Sunday. They followed up that win with a more attritional triumph against Espanyol on Wednesday night.
Yeah, it's been a strange week, hasn't it, for Barca fans? We were questioning their away form, but that performance at Villarreal was one of the best performances we've seen for many weeks.
Good ricochet here, falling to Semedo. The cutback is for Ricky Puig, who hit the target. Jordi Masip down well.
We've already seen Barcelona starting like they did at Villarreal, Tim. It's the advanced position of Semedo. We've seen Alba on the left too. I don't know if it's 5-3-2, but the fullbacks are pushing very high indeed. Roberto's dropping deeper to get the ball and to start the move. I don't think he's playing as an out-and-out centre-back, but he is playing deeper. But if we look here, Alba over the halfway line. Look where Semedo is on the other flank. He's almost a right winger. It's a very ambitious formation. And that was the first sign there, the first warning for Valladolid, with Semedo getting in behind on that right flank.
Well, fascinating battle here. Sergio Gonzalez playing more of a 4-5-1. He has the versatility of Joaquin Fernandez, the number 24, but he's playing more in the midfield than in defence. And now Messi cutting it back for Piqué. We saw Setien with some more ambitious, adventurous selections earlier on in his reign. He then reverted more to the sort of formations we'd seen regularly under Valverde, but on the early evidence, a little more innovative this evening at the José Zorrilla.
I think he's found the key to what he was looking for. He's opened the door a little bit with that. It came about at Villarreal, didn't it? The Ceramica. The simple fact of withdrawing Messi and behind Suarez and Griezmann. Suddenly it clicked. They looked like the Barcelona of old. He continued with that in midweek. Didn't quite come off. Suarez in the post-match interview, I think, was spot on. They were tired. Battle against Espanyol's never easy, with Espanyol not wanting to lose at the Camp Nou, not wanting to be relegated on their rivals patch, but they look leggy. But Setien seems to have discovered finally what he's been looking for.
Here is Jordi Alba. Puig makes a dart forward. Now Arturo Vidal, heavy touch, away by Javi Sanchez, swiftly on by Alcaraz. This is Oscar Plano, who played in the youth ranks at Real Madrid. His cross deflected by Piqué, and Ter Stegen gets the ball rolling quickly.
Plano's a very interesting player, Tim, for our viewers. If you're not familiar with him, he is the creative fulcrum of this team. He was key in the team that were promoted a couple of seasons ago from the second tier. Gets goals, gets assists, likes to run with the ball, good passer of the ball, very complete player, and the team really miss him when he's not available.
Well, he was unavailable for the defeat at Mestalla. He was suspended and the team lost 2-1. They were very unlucky. It was an 89th minute winner from Kangin Lee, and they have been very robust all season long, in truth. Since lockdown, just 2 defeats, and they were narrow ones at Atletico Madrid and at Valencia. And they've conceded, as you mentioned, Mark, only 39 goals all season. To put that into context, that is only 3 more than the reigning champions Barcelona.
Yeah, Tim, that's the secret to Sergio's success, I think. It hasn't clicked going forward. They signed Enes Unal for a second season. They got more goals than last season. when it was really touch and go whether they would stay up. They were struggling, really struggling for goals. It's been a bit easier this year, but at the back they've been absolutely magnificent. As you said, 39 goals. You look around them, the likes of Osasuna, 51 goals conceded. Real Betis 55, Eibar 51, Levante 49, and 39 goals conceded. It's a very well organised side, very well coached side, and especially defensively, they've been very, very good indeed.
Messi. His pass just beyond Alba, and Moyano able to let that run off with ease. Well, the referee today is Antonio Mateo Laoz. He was in charge here for a week 36 fixture last season when Valladolid beat Athletic Club 1-0. That was a huge result which helped them to stay up.
Yeah, they were right down in the fight last season, the relegation fight. It's been relatively calm this season. They got off quite slowly, but since then they've been in and around lower mid-table. Never really looked like being involved in that relegation fight again. And just slowly this project under Ronaldo Nazario, the owner, just gathering pace slowly. They're doing it the right way. Promoted 2 seasons ago, step by step. The budget's not a big one, but good transfer policy. Building the good foundations for the future of the club.
Puig. Crowded out in the centre. And then a good touch from... It was Quique Perez, and he's in possession again, dispossessed by Arturo Vidal. The hosts are without a number of players today. Michel Herrero in the midfield, Mohamed Salisu in defence. Also, Pedro Porro still unavailable, and Hatem Ben Arfa also joins the injury list. He did begin at Mestalla. That was just his second start for the club. Here is Sergi Guardiola. Lifts it intelligently there to Catalan midfielder Ruben Alcaraz, who spent some time in the Barcelona academy. Forward by Joaquin, cut out by Alba. And now Griezmann could latch on here. He's done that. Messi's in the centre. Griezmann looking for support. And Quique Perez got there ahead of Messi. Sergi Roberto to Nelson Semedo. His cross cleared by Kiko Olivas, and Barcelona have the corner.
Yeah, Griezmann couldn't quite take advantage of that, could he? As you said, he latched onto a bad piece of defending, but Messi was way behind. He was really whirring along, trying to catch up with Griezmann. Griezmann had to hold on to the ball too long for Messi to catch up with the move. Almost came off. So they get a corner.
Messi lifts it for Jordi Alba. Back towards Messi. Headed away by Raul Garcia, came back in, cleared by Alcaraz. Back from Sergi Roberto. It's pinball in the centre. Puig then gets it under control. Here is Vidal. Up against Moyano. Semedo, more advanced than Sergi Roberto, and receiving it from Sergi Roberto. Excellent play here from Semedo, and then Vidal found Messi. Ricky Puig chose not to go for goal, tried to lift it into the box. Longley with the deft header. Alba did well, he has it back from Puig.
Yeah, that time Puig found Alba, but he had him on earlier. Alba was looking at him. The body language says it all. He was wide open, and Puig chose to go back inside, looking for Leo Messi. But Alba on the overlap had a clear run on goal. this is going the way we thought, Tim. It's going to be a game of patience for Football Club Barcelona. And Valladolid in absolutely no hurry whatsoever. As you said, mathematically it's not done yet, but the homework for the season really is done. And they'll be thinking already of next season. That's not to say they'll have lost their competitive spirit today. That's impossible under Sergio. He just won't have that. But the game plan will be much as Valladolid have been all season. It's a clean sheet first, counter-attacking football. They are very good on the offensive transitions.
Well, their win a week ago at home to Alaves was huge in terms of survival. It was a 1-0 triumph, and it put them 10 points clear of the relegation zone. Here we can see that 11th minute chance for Griezmann, and perhaps should have been more direct and gone for goal.
It was on for a moment, wasn't it? So he was looking for Messi.
Here comes Sergi Roberto. Semedo was wide, running at Raul Garcia. Messi with the flick to Vidal. Cut out by Raul Garcia. One back though. Messi in possession. Stab to Vidal! And that is clinical. A lethal finish there from Arturo Vidal. And the champions Barcelona lead 1-0.
It was clinical. Brilliant summing up there, Tim. That's the word for it. Big game player. Messi is looking for him, as he always does, because when Arturo Vidal is around, something happens in and around the area. Gets himself into goal-scoring positions. He's a natural goal scorer, but that's brilliant. It's pinball football. The 1-2s, the triangles. Look at the space is so limited there, and somehow they create a scoring chance. He's got so little space to aim at that back post area. It almost has to go in off the post. It does precisely that. Look, he's got what, 30 centimetres to aim at, and he does it.
What a superb goal there for Quique Setien's team. Messi with a brilliant assist after winning possession back for Barcelona. It is his 20th assist of the season, and Arturo Vidal has his 8th goal of the league campaign.
I think the word is, Tim, you're absolutely spot on, clinical. That's what you have to be to score a goal against Valladolid. You need that extra quality, that pinpoint accuracy in the passing and in the finishing, and that's what that was.
Quique Perez, excellent ball for Javi Moyano. Right back, finding Joaquin. Now Raul Garcia. Alcaraz over the top towards Quique Perez. And a foul there by Alba.
Mateo Lothin, absolutely no doubt.
Well, it's been a good period of the season for Quique Perez, just 23 years of age. This is his 6th appearance in La Liga Santander, and it's he who was fouled there.
Yeah, he's a B-team player who's been given a chance post-COVID, and he's grasped it with both hands, hasn't he?
It is Ruben Alcaraz lining up this free kick whilst Ter Stegen arranges his wall. 24 metres from goal. Three in the wall. We've seen Aspas score from a free kick against Barcelona recently. It's into the wall. And can Ter Stegen keep it in? Yes, he can. Well, Alcaraz spent time in the Barcelona youth system, 3 years in total, and then 4 years in the Espanyol Youth Academy. He was born in Barcelona and has played for numerous Catalan clubs, including Girona. His free kick straight into the wall there, though.
Yeah, he'll be disappointed with that. He is the free kick specialist at the club. He can produce moments of real quality. Good shot from outside the area, and open play too. Aggressive player.
Messi forward for Nelson Semedo. Griezmann's in the centre, and it comes to Griezmann. Oh, a shocking miss there from the Frenchman. He had it on a plate. Perhaps he didn't expect it to reach him. There was an error defensively, but Griezmann had to score there.
That's a huge miss. Look, he sees it coming. It's not like he sees it blindside. Again, it's a good ball back from Semedo, you know. And he's got all the time in the world. Maybe that's the problem. He's possibly watching Masip. That's a good angle there, Tim. We're looking at him there. It's possible he's looking at the goalkeeper, just takes his eye off the ball for a split second, and he ends up kicking it at air.
Well, the chance goes begging, but it is further evidence of Barcelona's superiority. A very bright start to this match from Quique Setien's team, even with Luis Suarez watching on from the stands. And is there a problem here for Raúl Garcia?
You know, Griezmann is having such a strange season. It's almost a case of two. He's had possibly his best week in Barcelona colours. Very good in the first half against Espanyol. Brilliant at Villarreal. But that's the case. It's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, isn't it? The papers will be full tomorrow again about that miss, I'm sure, unless, well, let's see. Maybe he'll bang a hat-trick in, we'll see. But for a player of his quality, that is a shocking miss.
Well, he does have a very good record as well against Valladolid. 8 goals in 7 appearances against them. 4 braces, 3 of them coming here at the José Zorrilla. Well, this was Semedo forcing Raúl Garcia to stretch and delivering that wonderful ball into the centre. Real quality from the Portuguese fullback.
He's been brilliant since La Liga has come back. And Setien's not really needed Sergio Roberto on that right-back role. So you've got Sergio Roberto reinforcing the midfield. But Semedo, for me, has been one of the big pluses in this inconsistent return of Barcelona post-Covid.
Well, he's being given extra licence to get forward this afternoon with Sergio Roberto's altered role. Super turn there from Quique Perez. He has it back from Alcaraz. Now play continues with Sergi Guardiola running at Clement Lenglet and beyond the Frenchman. Needs support now, Guardiola. He has San Emeterio and he's done brilliantly. Piqué clears the cross. It comes to Joaquin, stabbed up, and Guardiola take 2. Here he goes, drills one, and almost calls Ter Stegen into action.
Well, that's the problem when you're playing 4-5-1 and he's the lone striker and he's out on the wing and he's looking to put the ball in and there's nobody there. Alcaraz ended up in the centre forwards role, arriving late, which he does. He's a box-to-box player. He's got bags of energy, Alcaraz, but Sergio Guardiola had to wait an eternity for someone to arrive. He did so well to hang on to the ball and then eventually get a shot off. But it's going to be a long afternoon for Guardiola.
Well, Sergi Guardiola, for those of the viewers that don't know, was signed by Barcelona in December of 2015, and he was released about 2 days later after some inflammatory tweets were found on his Twitter timeline.
And he's never been able to forget that every time he plays against Football Club Barcelona.
Well, a blow here for Sergio González. He's losing his left back. He's thankful that he has an apt replacement on the bench. He has the full-back area well covered. Here's the goal. Beautifully taken by Arturo Vidal. And so much quality in the pass from Messi.
And that's football as sharp as a surgeon's knife, isn't it? Valladolid just been carved open there. Vidal again. He's been fantastic this season, Vidal. He's a player at Barcelona who's not loved as much as perhaps he should be. But he's an elite player. And as you said, 8 goals from what is, you know, he's not always in the team.
Well, today is his 15th start in La Liga. And what a ball that is for Nelson Semedo. And Jordi Masip, the former Barca keeper, makes the block.
Good game from Semedo so far, eh? Stand out. Again, feature of the play, Barcelona pushing ever so high. Bags of space down that channel. Griezmann available, Semedo goes for goal. But they were playing with 10 men for a moment, and Semedo could have taken advantage of Nacho not being on the pitch. So Valladolid get away with playing with 10 men for a couple of minutes.
So an enforced change for Valladolid. Raúl Garcia off injured, and coming on to replace him at left-back, it is Nacho Martinez. Clearance by Masip, who spent 13 years at Barcelona, made 4 appearances in the first team.
Another player who's had a fantastic season. If you look around La Liga, Tim, the quality of goalkeepers in La Liga. We've got Unai Simon, Aitor. Masip has been absolutely sensational. Asenjo. The quality of the Spanish-born keepers in La Liga. The foreign keepers also, the competition is immense, but Masip has been absolutely wonderful.
He's only missed 1 game all season. That was when he was rested at the Wanda Metropolitano. He's kept 11 clean sheets. Moyano's cross just beyond Ter Stegen, but Semedo relatively untroubled, and now it's back with the Barcelona keeper. His pass reached Messi. It was won back by Nacho. Here is Javi Sanchez.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely clear as this half goes on. It is 3 at the back there, Tim. Sergio Roberto, he's pushing up. He's almost playing like a sweeper at times, but on the right-hand side. But if you look, he's further in front of Piqué and Lenglet, but he's definitely playing as a centre-back stroke defensive midfielder. Semedo's playing that wing-back role. But it's a curious system that Setien's devised for today.
Well, a 5-3-2 or a 3-5-2 might be more accurate. We saw Sergio Roberto play in a 3-man defence very early on after Setien's appointment, but after losing 2-0 at Valencia, much of the innovation went out the window. And in the opening 26 minutes here, it has been refreshing stuff from Football Club Barcelona. And for all you supporters in South Asia who've turned on this evening to enjoy some of the excellent skills of this fabulous team, you've probably enjoyed the opening 27 minutes.
I think that says everything about the versatility of Sergio Roberto too. It's absolutely phenomenal. He spent a lot of the season at right back. We saw him at Villarreal on the left of midfield, covering Chukwueze. We've seen him today. Where is he? Well, centre back. Bit of a Busquets about him too.
Piqué on the chase, followed by Guardiola. Mark, when these teams met here last season, the game is probably best remembered for the state of the pitch. It was Valladolid's first home game in the top flight after promotion via the playoffs. Barca won 1-0. Ousmane Dembélé scored. But it was a very, very bumpy surface.
Yeah, the club have invested heavily in the grounds. It's been last summer they did a lot of work on it. The stands have been extended down towards the pitch. Been a lot of money invested in the installations at the ground, converting it once again into a first-class top-flight venue.
Here is Quique Perez. There's space for Sergi Guardiola. The number 7 spins and tries to find Oscar Plano. Beautiful pass. Plano onto the left boot. His shot blocked by Longley. And then Guardiola couldn't win it back for Valladolid. Here is Arturo Vidal. Here is the magician. Now Sergi Roberto, offering so much coming forward as well as defensively today. Messi lifts it for Riqui Puig, took it down superbly. Masip with a strong hand there, otherwise Griezmann was in to make it 2.
Well, it's total football, isn't it? Between Messi, Griezmann and Riqui Puig up front, and then Sergio Roberto in behind with Busquets.
Here goes Guardiola once again, looking for San Emeterio. Busquets so calm on the edge of his own box, and now Riqui Puig. Well, he lost his footing, but then was fouled by San Emeterio. Well, we've had half an hour. It's been a real pleasure to watch football of this calibre. That pass from Messi, the control from Puig, and he couldn't quite pull that pass back enough for Antoine Griezmann.
The run was absolutely brilliant. The way he just delayed his run, he ran diagonally and just evaded the offside trap. But the move deserved better.
Here is Puig, finding space in a busy midfield, and then drawing the foul from Quique Perez. Barcelona wanted to take it quickly. Mateo Laos doesn't let them, and there will probably be an opportunity now for the first half cooling break. Well, some of the football has been poetic from Barcelona in this stadium that is named after a poet. José Zorrilla y Moral was born in Valladolid in 1817, and the José Zorrilla Stadium hosted 3 matches during the 1982 World Cup and also staged the 1982 Copa del Rey final, which was won by a Real Madrid team including Vicente del Bosque and Laurie Cunningham. And if we're mentioning Vicente del Bosque, we have to say that today marks 10 years to the day since Gerard Piqué and Sergi Busquets became world champions with Spain in soccer city Johannesburg.
Absolutely. Everything you mentioned, part of the wonderful history of this sport that we love, Tim. This is one of the historic grounds in La Liga Santander. Wonderful to see Valladolid back in the big time. A club that have struggled, but I think Ronaldo knew what he was doing when he took a look at the club, wanted to buy a club in the top flights, saw the opportunity to buy a lid, saw it's a historic club, traditional fan base, a lot of history there, wants to make a lot of future memories too at the club, but he's invested well. And a club given the impression of being very, very much on the up. Good, dynamic young coach, wasn't really given the chance he should have been at Espanyol. Sacked at Espanyol 3 seasons it'll be now, and for me wasn't treated fairly at the club where he came up. Espanyol academy player, Spanish international midfielder, and very, very, very good young coach, very well thought of within the game, great ideas, knows how to set a team up. But this is a match today between two of the historic teams in La Liga Santander.
Well, here is the goal. Worth another look. Messi had won it back for Barca. He provided the pass, and Vidal absolutely unerring there with that arrow into the far corner.
It's been fascinating just watching this, just watching Setien's thought process out on that field. How is he going to break Valladolid down?
Well, some banter was it there between Vidal and Luis Suarez, just looking for his teammate in the stands, having broken the deadlock. Well, we are underway again after that cooling break. Valladolid unbeaten in their last 4 home games. And Barcelona just 3 wins from their last 9 away games. And for any of our viewers in South Asia not too familiar with the city of Valladolid, well, it is in Castile and Leon, halfway between Madrid and Gijón to the north. The population is around 320,000, and since 2008 it has shared a fraternity with Ahmedabad in India. If you are watching from Ahmedabad, do let us know. Your city is twinned with this one. 10 minutes till half-time. Messi with the ball. That's a sight we all love to see. Now Sergi Roberto to Busquets. And now a 4th Masia graduate in a row. Piqué returns it to Sergi. A touch from Semedo, who's enjoying lots of attacking license this afternoon. Messi once more. Dispossessed by Javi Sanchez. Now Nacho, the substitute, on to replace Raúl Garcia. Superb control from Plano under pressure.
Yeah, he can do that. That's what we talked about. The quality of Oscar Plano is not in doubt. Recently signed a new long-term deal at the club. Part of the future of the club.
Has actually played in what you might call a B-team Clásico. Well, come back to that. This is Quique Pérez through on goal. Super chance! And he just lost his footing there. What an opportunity to equalise for young Quique Pérez.
Gilt-edged chance. It just opened up. He's got the pace. He's got the legs there on Piqué and Lenglet. He's just got that metre in front. And it just ran away from him. I don't know if his studs got caught on the grass or under the ball. But as he said, he just stumbled at the vital moment. We're waiting for him to unleash the shot.
Well, he's only playing for the 6th time in the Spanish top flight. He hasn't scored at this level. And what a way to open your account that would have been. He did just seem to lose balance. So unfortunate. Seemed to have done the hard part in getting away from Gerard Piqué. And a warning sign there for Barcelona. It was simple stuff from the hosts, straight over the top, and it caused problems. A painful one there for Ruben Alcaraz. And the free kick taken quickly. This is Nacho. He has 2 in the centre. Was looking for Plano. Does win the corner.
Keep an eye on Nacho. We know the delivery he's got. He's got an absolutely sweet as you like left foot. But there he is, as you said, Tim. It's Route 1 football. Let's have a look here. Yeah, there's the divot on the pitch. Watch the pitch rise. He's stuck there, and he could have injured himself there. I think he's lucky that he hasn't done something more serious there. He's diving in there, and when you normally see a leg go at that angle, it's terrible to look at, Tim. Oh, it's the ankle, and it's both legs. But he seems okay.
And it comes from Plano, away from by Piqué. Well, that was painful viewing. And it just seemed strange that he was even lunging towards the ball like that to take the shot. And then that knee took a huge divot out of this turf. It was divots all over the pitch when these teams met here last season. And Sergio Gonzalez left to rue that wasted opportunity. Lenglet couldn't deal with Masip's long ball forward. It skidded off his head. And suddenly Perez was through on goal. Nutmeg pass from Alba. Back from Griezmann, then Puig, and now Busquets. With that incredible awareness, finding Semedo. That was vintage Sergi Busquets. Messi looking up. Beautiful play between Messi and Vidal. Messi went left, it was between Griezmann and Puig, and now Plano with a super first touch, drawing the foul and the yellow card from Lenglet.
Yeah, Plano was away. But just look how deep Lenglet is playing there. Sergio Roberto's pushing on the right, Lenglet on the left, and they're playing so deep, Football Club Barcelona. Clear yellow card. There's no way around Clement Lenglet there.
First yellow card of the match. There are a number of players on both teams are booking away from a suspension, but Lenglet is not one of them. Messi is, incidentally. Well, cushioned by Gerard Piqué. We have 5 minutes plus injury time until half-time. Lenglet under pressure. And now Alba under the pressure as well. Sergi Guardiola running at Ter Stegen. The German lifted it for Semedo. Excellent play from Nelson Semedo. He has it back. And now Vidal takes over. Messi. Superb from Messi. He's still going, and he's just pulled it wide. A lovely move there from Barcelona.
Yeah, from one end of the pitch to the other. It started with Ter Stegen. The lovely ball under pressure once again, but over the top. And Semedo's been absolutely magnificent for my money this afternoon, Tim. Brilliant 1-2 off the head.
Well, it had taken a deflection, so Barcelona had a corner, which they played short, and now Alba, brilliant pass to Messi, went for power, and credit to Guardiola. A good challenge from the Valladolid striker. Excellent play from Alba as he released Messi there, and Alba has it once again, and he finds the pass again. This time Puig couldn't bring it into his control. Guardiola slightly isolated, but did find Alcaraz with that pass. Barca win it back. It's Vidal now to Gerard Piqué. Well, Semedo had retreated as cover for the corner. He's now getting forward to that right flank. Messi's pass just in front of Riqui Puig. Little touch off Moyano on the way through. An important one. Alcaraz to Kiko Olivas. He was on the score sheet for Valladolid at Camp Nou earlier this season. An equalising goal. Semedo. And a tricky one there for Vidal, and just wait to see which way the throw goes. Well, Mateo Laos wants to have a word with Vidal.
Two no-nonsense characters squaring up there, Tim. A little bit of handbags there, but these two give absolutely nothing.
Challenge from Semedo on Nacho, and the throw-in, well, it was taken quickly, but asking too much of Guardiola to keep that in. Sergio Gonzalez still giving his encouragement. 43-year-old manager from Hospitalet. Obviously such a huge identity with Barcelona's rivals, Espanyol. And here is that chance for the hosts, which fell to Quique Perez. Well, it's difficult to watch every time. Ter Stegen saw the funny side. Joaquin penalised. He was the hero of Valladolid's last home game. Got the late winner against Alaves. Former Almeria captain who trained as a youngster with Liverpool. And the card out here from Mateo Laos. And Ruben Alcaraz, if it is him, he will miss the next game. So he is out for the trip to Ipurua.
That little incident from earlier, I think, carrying over. Alcaraz just letting Arturo Vidal know that he's still there. He hadn't forgotten. A player with a lot of character. As I said, these two never give any ground, do they?
Well, it provides Barcelona with this set piece. Look how deep Valladolid are defensively within their own penalty area. Messi and Sergio Roberto, but Messi to take, and it's fired harmlessly beyond his teammates and wide of Masip's goal. Well, we've had one additional minute. There are 3 more to play. There will be half-time analysis from Joe with Jamal and Kevin, so do send them your comments and questions. This, of course, a slightly earlier kickoff compared to what we've had recently. So many 10 p.m. kickoffs. Look at that ball for Quique Perez. Busquets had to lunge in there and avert the danger.
I think Sergio will be reasonably happy with the way his teams have performed here. 1-0 down, but they've worked very hard. He's been applauding them all through the half. They've worked tirelessly. They've closed down the lines of passes. Of course, Barcelona are going to have their chances, but we've seen a typical Valladolid performance. If you take into account, yes, they need a win to mathematically ensure top-flight status, but really they're playing for nothing. And they're playing against a team chasing the title, and they've given a very good account of themselves. Barcelona too have played some magical football at times. It's been fascinating to see, as we said, just looking at this formation. It's absolutely fascinating thinking about Setien's thought processes. But they've shown the flexibility within the team. And I think they'll be reasonably happy to go in 1-0 up. They've controlled much of the game. They've had much of the majority of the possession.
Vidal did well there. Lunged in and found Griezmann. Here comes Semedo, cut back to Messi. Really tight space, tried to go through the barriers. Barca win it back. This is Sergio Roberto. Now Longley. Final minute of the half at the José Zorrilla. Piqué finding Semedo. Ricky Puig. Clever from Messi. Look at the spin on that pass. Now Alba, blocked by Moyano. And a good battle there between those two experienced fullbacks. And there was that yellow card of offence, and having caught Vidal on the top of the right boot, he just left the left leg in for good measure as well. Quique Perez taking on Lenglet successfully, and then a little touch from Piqué diverted the danger. Nacho wins it back, but the referee Mateo Leoz brings the first half to a close at the José Zorrilla. It's been an entertaining first half. Barcelona innovative with their shape, playing with 3 centre-backs and wing-backs. A new role for Sergi Roberto today compared to what he's done in recent matches. But it has gone well for Quique Setien's side. They took the lead on 15 minutes. A clinical move finished by Arturo Vidal. Analysis on the way from Joe, Jamal and Kevin. The half-time score is Real Valladolid 0, Barcelona 1.
In a world filled with anxiety, keep calm under pressure. Be resilient and remove all doubts. Keep a clear head and show the world what you are made of. Clear men.
So Barcelona have the lead, and obviously, as we saw, and maybe part of the reason that Suarez is on the bench, Quique Setien changed the formation to try and break down that Real Valladolid defence, that stubborn Real Valladolid defence, Kevin Campbell, and it's worked, hasn't it?
It has worked. Joe, there's runners coming from deep. It's a very smart system, what he's trying to play, and Barcelona have got through quite a few times. Great finish by Vidal, but, you know, Griezmann, again, unfortunately, his confidence isn't high enough when it really, he should have put that away to make it 2-0 and virtually safe for Barcelona.
Yeah, the thing is, Jamal, just coming back to this formation in Barcelona in particular, they had to do something different. But what Quique Setien has done, not just in this game, but in the past couple of games as well, is it a little bit too little too late? Is that what you see it as? Should he have done this before the lockdown?
Well, before it didn't work, you know, the normal formation they had, it didn't work. So he realized he had to try something new. And yeah, it came too late, but, you know, it's working out for them. And they've been playing okay in the first